sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to legendary Lambeau Field in Green Bay. Coming up, we've got what can only be described as a...
No, we'll just say this here.
I need to do the flag as well. Okay, right. A bit updated there, but it has updated down here. Enter a headline. I guess we want to keep the headline as probably promote one of my Mr. Beast videos, shouldn't I? So we'll set up the second campaign afterwards. For now, I'm just going to click next. Oh, here it is. How your ad shows. Placed as a thumbnail next to related video. Tina, there you go, fantastic. Once again, we're mimicking all of the same stats. There we go. Right, reach people with specific interests. So what I would love is if I could type in the word Mr. Beast Espanol, and my video could be put as an advertisement next to Mr. Beast Spanish channel videos. But it doesn't look like I'm able to do that, so I guess we'll just leave it as broad as possible. And now let's see how many impressions we can potentially get for our £50 a day estimate. 1.6 million impressions, which goes to 61,000 maximum views, which isn't as good as the geography one, but we'll take it. Select an end date. Once again, we will do 3rd of June. Just been yes. Hopefully in a few days' time, we will see this number rising, and hopefully we'll gain at least some subscribers too. As you can see, we're gaining very few these days. Well, it has not been 5 days. It has not been 6 days. It has not been 1 week. It has been 3 weeks. Basically, I got a bit carried away and I spent even more money. And we have had some very interesting results. But first, I need to let you know about this. When we left off, I was waiting for my Mr. Beast video advert to be accepted. However, as you can see, even though it's been 3 weeks, the ad still cannot be ran. I thought they didn't like my Spanish upside down exclamation marks, but it turns out they didn't like the word Mr. Beast, and it actually makes a lot of sense. Basically, you can't advertise something that has Mr. Beast in the title because there are a lot of Mr. Beast related scams out there. The sort of thing like, click here and Mr. Beast will give you 1,000 Bitcoin, that sort of stuff. Now obviously that is frustrating for me because the video that I was promoting was a legitimate collab that I did with Mr. Beast. But I understand why they've got that as a precaution. So I had to pick a different video and I didn't really have too many to choose from, but I went with this one, the video where I got an OG gold play button. Because the intro of the video is really sort of fast paced and it's showing off tons and tons of play buttons, so I thought hopefully that would get people's attention. So let's have a look at the video's analytics. You can see that I released it back in March and it got to 10,000 views fairly quickly, and then it was gaining just about 100 views a day for quite a while, and then wait for it. Hey! I can tell where my YouTube ads started. So we got just short of 19,000 views organically, and then my YouTube ads got me an extra 35,000 views. I will reveal how much that cost shortly. First, let's see, did we actually gain that many subscribers? Well, let's take a look. We did. 84 people subscribed before it was an ad, and then a total of, 900 people. So we got about 800 new subscribers directly from the ad campaign. And we know that they're all Spanish speakers that will hopefully go to future videos. So that's actually pretty good, I guess. Providing it doesn't cost too much, which once again I'll get to in a second. So the second ad campaign that I set up was for my drawing countries from memory video, which you can see got to about 10,000 views naturally, and then our ad campaign shot it up to 47,000. So about the same number of views as the other one. But did we gain many subscribers? Let's take a look. It has increased once again. However, it hasn't increased as much. Even though we gained about the same amount of views, we only gained about 230 subscribers as opposed to 900 subscribers. So obviously the people people that we were sending the ad to just weren't as interested in this, which I guess thinking about it, it makes sense because the OG Gold Play Button video, that was a really big video. So perhaps that teaches us in future, maybe I should only be advertising my biggest projects. Anyway, out of interest, did we actually earn any more revenue? Let's take a look. And we did. You see, we earned £2.32 before any adverts were made, and then that went up to £15.59. So at least we've earned that back. And then on the other video, you can see it shot up to £9, which is actually less than the other one. There is a lot going on. So the question is, how much did it cost for this approximately 60,000 views, which earned me back about £30? Well, it cost £729. Oh, God. So we can see paying for ads, it gets us subscribers, it gets us views, but it costs so much money. Oh, God. So it actually breaks it down here. 6,000 views cost £100. That is so much money, particularly when you consider that many of those 6,000 people might have only watched the first 10 seconds of the video, and probably less than 1% of them actually ended up subscribing to me. Heading on to the next day, 9,000 views, 152 quid, 9,000 views, 100 quid, 9,000 views, 100 quid, 9,000 views, 97 quid. So as a rough estimate, it's £10 for 1,000 views, isn't it? Now you can see that it went down here, but then it goes back up. That is because I started another ad campaign. Basically, this video was released to the Spanish channel, so I thought, why don't I start an advertising campaign right off the bat, like the same day this video is uploaded, just see what that does. Now, I'd already spent 700 quid on this unsponsored video, so I decided to do a £10 a day ad campaign, just because all I wanted to do was give this video a bit of a helping hand, rather than just like explode it into everyone's faces. So the statistics for this video look quite a lot different. You can see this jump here that happened 9 hours in. That's when the ad campaign actually started being shared to people. And from then on, we just slowly trundled in like a nice consistent amount of views. Nothing crazy. The video ended up getting about 17,000 views, which is more than the previous video got, but in like less than half the amount of time. Now what I will say was nice was all of the actual Spanish comments that I started receiving on the videos, such as Nicholas over here. According to Google Translate, he commented on my OG Gold Play Button video, "How weird. That button is a classic. One of the most beautiful XDDDDD. Thanks for the comment, Nicholas." And then I also got this comment from Reddit. They said this video appeared to me as an advertisement, but you know what? I don't regret anything. So even though it was an ad, they enjoyed the video. How lovely. What I will say, which is slightly frustrating, I got a comment from Jose, and they said, I subscribed to this channel about a month ago, and I see an ad for the channel. That's a waste of money, because my adverts were being advertised to certain people that had already been subscribed, which is the whole reason I was advertising. Oh, God. But anyway, in the end, we spent just short of £1,000, and we got 80,000 views. So YouTube advertising is effective, it works, but it is just very, very expensive. So I really need to work out how to get more for my money. Oh, God. But anyway, thank you very much for watching. If you can think of a more effective ad campaign for the Spanish channel, please let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thanks, and I'll see you later.
Looking left side, and it's complete.
3, 2. Ladies and gentlemen, the champ is here.
My man.
Salud.
Salud.
Last time you were here, you were neither the interim nor the undisputed. Now you got it all.
I'm the double interim champ.
You got it. Why say double? You keep saying that. Double interim.
Double interim. I don't know, because
Robert Whittaker's the champ.
Yeah, he was.
You knocked him out. You're the champ.
Because when I was there, you know, even my last fight, I feel like it's my first title defense, to be honest. Because I was waiting for something to change. I was waiting for that feeling that I had in Atlanta, but it never came. And within 3 days, I felt like I just defended the belt. Because technically, I was the champ as well. I was the champ. And if he had beat me, he had to go one of those rubies you put on this. So I'm looking for my ruby as well.
They get a ruby?
Yeah, like that's the thing. You know how I used to get a new belt?
Yeah.
You don't get a new belt anymore. So what they do is you send this off. This isn't actually my one. I've sent it off.
This isn't yours?
Yeah, but
you sent yours already.
I sent you take this plaque off, this plaque on the side, and then you send it off. Then they put a ruby and send it back to you.
They put a ruby in the plaque?
Yeah, so you collect like the Infinity Stones or whatever.
Oh,
yeah, so I got the Soul Stones.
Shit.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Dude, I used to not like this belt. Now I like it better.
It's grown. Yeah, it took me like maybe 2 days after everyone complained about it. Then I looked at it, and when I first saw it, I think it was at the PI, and I was like, you know what? I fuck with it.
Yeah, I for a while I was like, the old one was better. And now I'm like, I don't think so anymore. I like this
nostalgia.
One. Nostalgia. Yeah, it gets you every time. This one's cleaner.
Yeah, very.
It's like sharp.
More legible. Yeah. The old one, it was cool, and I still like to. I could buy one on the website, hopefully.
Yeah, but those are light.
Yeah, but it's for like nostalgic purposes, and because I've been a fan. I should have got one of those. I came at the end of it.
Colby's still walking around with one.
Man, don't get attached to these things, man. I flex with them for a little bit, you know, because even my last after Atlanta, my coach, he was kind of worried because I was going to Nigeria, I was going to all these shows. I gotta like show it off, flex it, but he's my coach, so Eugene's like, man, you know, don't think you're the champ yet. But I'm like, yeah, I'm the champ. But then there was a point where we moved gyms, and I just kind of, all right, put in this box with everything else. And then he kind of posted about it because he saw, like, okay, the switch happened. Like, it's game time now. So same thing. I'm doing my tour right now, victory tour, walk around, do all this shit. But then, even being at the fights last weekend, I got FOMO. Because, you know, after the fights, I see what's up, people talking about me, rah. So I'm like, man, I got to get back to the gym. So when I get back, I don't even look at this thing.
That's interesting. So you're aware that you could get too into the moment.
Yeah.
You can get too wrapped up in the fact that you won the title and maybe slack off a little
100%.
or maybe take yourself too seriously.
Yeah. Because, I mean, a lot of people, this is their goal. They're like, I want to become the UFC champion. They get it done. And then what happens after in their next fight? They lose it. Or they lose sight track of what really matters. So some guys, like Kobe, for example, he's walking around with the belt. When Usman whoops his ass, or if Usman whoops his ass, then what's going to happen? You're going to walk around with that belt. How are you going to feel? You know?
Well, the Kobe thing is interesting, and I don't know how much Kobe wants people talking about this, but I'm gonna spill it as much as I can.
Ooh.
That's an act, man.
I
That's
know.
a strong act
100%.
that he put on when they were ready to cut him. They were ready to cut. You talk to that guy in real life, he's very respectful.
Just being around him. Just being said he's the nicest guy.
He's a nice guy, man. He's playing a pro wrestling heel, and he's got the whole world worked up.
It sells.
It sells. And here's the thing, though. This is where it's interesting. It tricks people because he seems like a goof. He wears this stupid fucking cheap blue suit. He wears that MAGA hat.
Does that smile?
He's got the old belt.
Yeah.
You know it's not a legit belt, right? But he did win the interim title, and they took it from him for no reason. It doesn't make any sense. So there's this thing about him where people somehow or another think, like, maybe he's illegitimate. Maybe he's not real. Then he fucks Robbie Lawler up.
He can work.
And you go, oh, Jesus, this guy doesn't get tired. He can strike. His wrestling's on point. His fucking cardio's off the chart. He's tough as nails.
Yeah, I was impressed on the inside.
He's legit.
When he put Robbie against the fence, he was right there, slipping and ripping.
Oh, yeah.
Some things, you know, everyone has holes in their game. I have holes in my game. But he was really impressive. The way he was right there in his face against Robbie Lawler.
He's not an elite striker in the sense of, like, he's a guy who will slip and then blast someone unconscious with one shot. He's a volume guy, and he's throwing 60%, 50, 60%. Just on you. Never let you rest. And Robbie in that fight, and Robbie's a fucking all-time great welterweight champion. I mean, he was a legit top of the food chain motherfucker, and he was looking for those openings that were never there.
Yeah.
He was always looking for Kobe to slow down. Kobe never slowed down.
He was waiting. He was
waiting.
like just waiting, and he was just like buying his time.
Looking to explode.
Yeah. Okay, fuck.
Yep.
Here it is. And there's ways to do that. Like I did it against Whitaker as well. You see it. I always got to burp. There's times when he'll like, I'll put a clip up for this. It's like a simple one, shifting. Real simple, subtle thing. You just move 2-step, 1, 2. That's it. I can see it when he'll like bounce. All right, I'm ready to go. You shift, you disrupt the pattern. Okay, reset. About to attack. You know, even Wonder Boy did it to Luke K last weekend. You know, whenever he was bouncing, he's gonna bounce, and then Wonder Boy shifts. So he was doing it with the offense, bounce, attack.
Yeah.
So he was that's all about rhythm.
Yeah.
I love that.
Well, you have something that Wonder Boy has that a few other people have in that you're a specialist. In that being a specialist, and obviously you have a full game. There's no way you get to where you are without a full game. But you are an elite striker.
Thank you.
And with that's a giant advantage because on the feet you are a step ahead of everybody.
Every fight starts standing on the feet.
You see it with Whitaker because Whitaker's a great striker. He's a tough guy, but he had holes in his game.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know they're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse if this is an important possession. But I think this has to be a possession where they come up with an answer because if your team can make history ever come back from a 40-score deficit, if they don't score here, that's when they could be facing the next time they hit the ball.
It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down. Now it's Fields. And that will be incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing the best coverages on third down. So far, only allowed one conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
On fourth down, Fields. This is Chase Claypool on the receiving end. Fields on first down. Claypool with another catch. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. Looking to throw again on second down. Fields. Got an open man. It's Pringle. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number one. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Throwing again is Fields. He's going to let this one go deep. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they're in a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try not to stand before they're backed up even further.
Meanwhile, Fields' throw there complete to Mooney. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Now a first down throw, Fields. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. A final shot before the break, Fields. And this is going to be intercepted. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break.
I found out who I was after that fifth round. I found out they have to find ways to go. So when they put my hand up, and you beat up and all that kind of stuff, and also I never had a belt before, so I've never had it wrapped around my waist as I visualized it. So once that happened, boom, I felt like yes. And also I was listening, I was like, please judges, don't screw me over, don't fuck me over on this, man. I knew I had it, but you never know. Exactly, bro. Dude. And then look at the Darren Till Gaston fight. So when they put my hand up, I was like, yes. But then this time they put my hand up, I was like, all right, what's next? And the thing is, my brain wants to move forward because I did it in kickboxing because I was undefeated for so long. So it was always like, all right, cool, what's next? I'll watch the fight maybe once, study it, all right, what's next? But now I have to chill, relax, look at the tape, look at what you've done, and then soak it in, smell the roses for a little bit, and then move on. Yeah. Because once I had my first loss, I took winning for granted because it was just a habit. I was always winning, always winning, always winning. So now I have to when you win, when you do something amazing, like I did in Atlanta, like I did in Melbourne, just chill, smell the roses, and then move forward.
When you entered the 5th round against Kelvin, you said, I'm ready to die.
I looked at him, and I remember, I call it Ese Diablo. He was looking at me, and he just had this look, and he's just swinging his hands. And I said, you're not going to beat me. I'm prepared to die. And I meant that, man. I swear to God on my life, I meant that. I'm even getting goosebumps. See that?
I'm getting goosebumps, too.
I meant that shit, because I was like, look, ooh. And I signed my death warrant right there. I was like, look, if this is how I die, this is how I die. But, you see me, I was trying to get him. I was trying to kill him. I knew, because for me, if I'm ready to die, I'm ready to kill. You have to be willing to give something up as well. So in that 5th round, when I was throwing those shots, I think I dropped him 4 times or something crazy. Even the last one, went from heaven, hit him. I wish I didn't follow and roll over on him, because I probably could have got him out with 2 seconds left. But I was trying to get him out of there, man. And it's sad to say, but I was ready. If he had taken it to me, and if he had done that to me, and I didn't wake up, so be it.
Well, that was evident in the way you fought, because you didn't, it was a close fight. but it looked like you were ahead on the judges, but you didn't take, any break at all. You threw yourself into the fire instead of being cautious, and I told that to Dana. Dana and I were talking about that fight, and he was talking about how hyped he is for Whitaker. They tried to get him to fly to Australia. I love you, bro, but I'm not doing that.
Don't do it. Even me like right now, I've canceled a lot of my trips because also, my knee, but also just FOMO, being away from the gym, like, you feel it after a while.
Yeah.
This level, like, after the fight, because you can see the target on your back, people smile in your face,
Oh, yeah.
And then, I know what's up. I'm not stupid. I've seen a lot of people in this game rise and fall 100% all the time, so I want to get back to doing what I do best.
Dana and I have these conversations sometimes. We get hyped up and talk on the phone, and we were talking about that fight. And I said, do you know what he said? You literally said it.
Yeah, I had it on my, as a highlight I made by myself. And then I had it in the captions. I was like, you're going to beat me. I'm ready to die. I'm prepared to die.
I said it to Dana.
That's some movie type shit.
That is movie type shit, especially when you win.
Yeah, 100%.
And Dana just went, holy shit. I said, dude, watch it. Just watch it again. He's saying it.
I mouthed it.
Yeah.
With my big lip.
That was a hell of a fight, man. That was a hell of a fight.
Yeah, I don't want to have much like this. But you have to get that. Because after that fight, even like, probably about 2 minutes after, I was like, I can go another 2 rounds. I felt it. I was like, this is like the third wind.
Wow.
Oh, shit. And I'm not just saying this might gas you up. I'm saying, like, I was like, I can go another 2 rounds. And you can see it. Like, I felt fresh, man. That was my second, fifth 5-round fight. When I fought this time last year against, what's his name? On July last year, Brad Tavares. 5th round, I was just having fun. I didn't even I wouldn't say I took my foot off the pedal, but I was having fun with it. And this fight, like I said, 5th round, I was ready. And I said that for the Romero fight and what's his name, Whitaker fight. I said, look how he looked in the 5th round. He's got gas. Don't get me wrong, he can crack. Same thing with Romero, but Romero and him, they don't have the same kind of spice as I do. When I'm in the trenches, when it's time to go, I can go because I do it in the gym every day.
You wanted Romero for your next fight.
I'm a charitable guy sometimes, man. I'm a charitable guy. He's coming off 3 out of 4 losses, 3 in a row. So I'm like,
yeah, but all of those could have been his.
Yeah, I know. But and also the people, the casuals, they think this is the guy. Well, first of all, I think Brunson was the guy. And then Gastelum was the guy.
Yeah.
And then Whitaker's the guy. So they think this is the guy to beat me. So I'm like, all right, this is my charity work for the year.
Well, he's an interesting fight for anybody.
Yeah, 100%.
Because he's a freak athlete.
Mm-hmm.
That if you look up freak in the dictionary, you see a picture of Yoel Romero flying through the air, hitting Chris Weidman with a knee.
Yeah.
He's just a freak.
I remember his first fight. I saw him. He did the same thing to this bald black guy. Flying knee, boom, and just kind of starched him, just ran at him. But his level, this is what rises me to the occasion. This is what challenges me, because a guy like that, like you say, he's a beast. Same thing with Robert, he's a beast.
Yep.
But there's levels to this, and if you can make that look easy, it just makes you look that like your status, legendary, GOAT, all that shit.
That's what you want.
Yeah.
So you want
to look nice, but it just looks good, you know what I'm saying? But it's all about the challenges. Taking out Robert Whitaker in the 2nd round in his home country. Doing that to your Romero, maybe not in Cuba, I don't know what the situation is like there, but like in Vegas, in a big arena, T-Mobile Arena, that would be fucking dope.
Yeah.
But Dana said, he's got to get a win first. The thing is, they don't know how to sell it, like, to the people. And I'm like, fuck it, let's do it anyway. And I've said, and even his manager at the fights, for whatever reason, while I was walking, was like, hey, Israel, we signed the contract. And I was like, I didn't know who it was. He was like, hey, we signed the contract. Just tell Dana. I was like, okay. Had my drink in my hand and walking like, cool story, bro.
We signed the contract. What the fuck does that? Dana said there's no
but he was trying
deal.
to say, it's the hype. And then, like, someone might... They sent me this video of him in the gym saying, Israel, why you backing now? Why you backing now? Just tell Dana the fucking day. I'm like, I know you. You don't love me. I know you. He can love me all he wants. He don't love me. But I'm saying, like, I want to do the fight. I said, look, this is the guy, right? This is the guy. He's going to take me down and beat the fuck out of me. Okay. No one's been able to do that yet. So let's see if this guy can do it, or let's see if I can take him down.
Well, the thing is, too, you have to get him now.
Yeah.
Because he's 41 now, I think. 41?
He's old.
Yeah. And
when I beat him as well, that's what they're going to say. Oh, you beat up,
He's still
He's telling people as well. When he fought Robert Whitaker, they didn't have that narrative.
No.
They didn't say.
He beat Whitaker.
I think the second time he beat Whitaker.
Yeah, the second
dropped him, man.
Yeah, he hurt him bad. And if you look at those 10-8 rules, the new rules, he won.
Yeah, I agree.
If you look at, you judge it by the new judging system, he won. I thought he won, period. I just thought he won.
Yeah.
I mean, and Whitaker's a fucking animal, man. He hung in there with that guy blasting him on the chin, but he hurt him, and he hurt him bad several times. But the Polo Costa fight...
That was my guy. That's my guy.
That's your boy.
My favorite friend, Live La Vida Costa. Let's go.
I felt like that fight was legit. Either one could have got that time. I think I agreed with it when Costa won. I said, okay, I could see that. But if they gave it to Romero, I would be like, well, I could see that too.
I think Costa won that fight. I'll give Costa, like I say, he just stole it. Just stole it.
Yeah, I think that's the way to look at it.
Also, the draw, when he dropped him in the first round, that really solidified it. And Romero was trying his best to come back, but just a step behind, in my eyes anyway.
Yeah,
well, like you said, hope dies sometimes.
What the thing is shocking about Romero is how well he takes a shot. There's a picture of Costa kicking him in the head that I put on Instagram where it looks like his soul is leaving his body, like his eyes are rolling back in his head, that chin is wrapping around his head, his whole head is distorted.
I think it's the traps.
It's
all those traps. Right? Yeah, just holds his head in place, holds his breath in place.
Right.
Damn.
Well, you know, he had a pretty severe neck injury. If you look at the back of his neck, he's got a giant scar up his neck where he had his discs fused. Look at that picture. What? Fuck, dude.
That's sending his face into the fucking black hole of another universe. Yeah.
I mean, that is full impact. That's.
He turned the hip on that.
Yes, it's all in.
Robert did one of him as well, but this is a lot cleaner, a lot nicer.
God damn. I mean, he's taking giant shots. I think Brunson hit him with a high head kick as well. Wrapped around the neck. Nothing. I think his neck is like one solid piece. It just goes right. I don't know what the fuck they did in Cuba to his neck when they did that operation. He's all fused up and he walked kind of stiff. You know, I've seen him around.
Yeah. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. To throw is Cousins. Throw caught there by Osborne. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Up the middle, it's Cook. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook, a 13-yard touchdown run. And the Vikings are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Joseph connects on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. A fairly short kick from the 14. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. So good field position for the Packers as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Throwing is Rodgers. Trying to get it to Cobb, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Jordan Hicks. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
And he fires one that's intercepted. And the Packers are going to get the football there as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. Well, their defense got him the football with an interception. They trot out there, Charles. So the very first play, they give the football right back.
Brand, I almost expect you to come to like an auctioneer. We've got two. Do I hear 3? Remember, it was 2 in a row. Would we hit 3 in a row?
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess that allows for extra yardage on the return.
A first down throw for Cousins. And that's incomplete.
The defender certainly didn't forget about him leaking out of the backfield. There was a guy ready and waiting to pick him up in coverage, and that throw had no shot.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Here's Cousins. He's going to find Jefferson open downfield. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. Cousins again. That's to Cook out of the backfield. Touchdown! Dalvin Cook. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Vikings have taken the lead. Joseph on for the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game.
Makes the score Vikings 14, Packers 7. Greg Joseph, the kickoff for Minnesota.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. A fairly short kick from the 14. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. Another big play here as they strike for 31.
I can hear the film session right now. I can hear the coach saying to his team, guys, how does a guy that big get that open?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Imagine him as a kid just trying to play hide and seek.
No chance.
No chance. He goes to hide behind the skinny tree. You see the front, the back, the top. Good luck.
Yeah, you see him. You don't see the tree.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Rodgers. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Rodgers to throw once more. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the Vikings pick up the football. There he goes left side. He's at the 40, 20. And they're going to bring this one back. It's a fumble return, a scoop and score for the Vikings. Joseph now to have the PAT. It's good, and it is now 21-7.
Makes the score Vikings 21, Packers 7.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Nixon now from his end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. Add one, tell me one.
It's caught inside the 25. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. first down is Rodgers. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
That's going to be caught. And it's a Packers touchdown. Samori Toure. 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Packers are back within a score. Crosby with the extra point. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Nwangu now from his end zone. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And they'll have good field position here as he's out of bounds up at about the 34-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And not an abundance of time remains on the clock, Charles, but you would think more than enough to try to extend this lead before intermission.
And when you're talking about extending the lead, I think you're talking about aiming for the end zone because there is plenty of time for that. The fallback is to get 3. But in your mind, you put 6 on the board right before the half. That's a heck of a dagger and great momentum to carry into the locker room.
Give to Cook out of the gun. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock is stopped with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Lets it fly for Thielen. And the third interception thrown by Cousins. Adrian Amos with the pick. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach on the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and punt the football.
Out of the backfield, this is Aaron Jones. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. From the 31, Rodgers. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
That'll be complete to Allen Lazard. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal.
Hey, take 26. Inside. 26. Go to 50. Hey, you block over here. Hey, 30.
To throw is Rodgers. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Harrison Smith. And the Vikings are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10. Final play of the half, Cousins. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The Packers set to get the football first, and they are trailing on the scoreboard as we resume action, ready for the third quarter. So now the possession will begin at the 35 after the errant kickoff.
Well, that's certainly one way to avoid a dangerous kick returner, I suppose, but you are giving up extra yardage, that's for sure. Because if you put it out of the end zone, they start at the 25. So at a minimum, you're giving up 10 yards to the offense.
Throwing again on second down. Rodgers. This one swung out here to Jones. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. 3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. On play action. Now Rodgers. He'll find Jones again. Complete. And some room to maneuver. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
They certainly had success throughout this contest getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. Got a man, that's Lazard. Touchdown! Alan Lazard, 29 yards. And the Packers are an extra point away from drawing level. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And we are tied at 21. Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Their halftime lead now evaporated. We're back to level following that touchdown a moment ago.
And that shouldn't change the mindset a whole lot from an offensive perspective because they already knew this was going to be a hard-fought game. Now they just need to go out, execute their game plan, and keep moving. An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he is going to lose yardage here. Not at all what they envisioned on third down. 3 yards in the wrong direction. Fourth down, Cousins. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Packers are going to get the football back in excellent field position. 1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. That is caught. It's the tight end, Tunyon. And it's a Packers touchdown. Robert Tunyon from 21 yards away. And the Packers have scored again in this third quarter. This time the move out in front. Crosby connects on the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on fourth down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown. So now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it. Sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, A little more onus goes back on your ball club to try and pick themselves back up.
57 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Cook. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. To throw, Cousins. Hawkinson crossing the middle and bringing it in. The Packers bringing in an extra member of the secondary here to try for the 3rd down stop. Cousins now. Looks again for T.J. Hawkinson, and he's got him again. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds it for the 1st down.
On 1st and 10, Cousins. Open man is Osborne. He's got it. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. 3 quarters have come and gone. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. They'll try the middle with Cook. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. From the red zone now, Cousins. Wide open receiver complete. Touchdown, Vikings. Kirk Cousins on the connection to Justin Jefferson. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this 4th quarter. So right back to square one. Tied at 28 as he kicks it away. Nixon now from his end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football. So cancel the interception, pass interference.
And you know what else gets canceled? The return yardage. Makes the play, but now it's all for naught.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
And partner, in a tie game in the 4th quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars. And he came through with a nice catch right there.
Rodgers now on 1st down. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
coverage was very good that time. A nice job to smother him as the ball arrived, and that ensured an incomplete pass.
And it keeps 6 points off the board. To throw again on second down. Rodgers. And this is incomplete. Oh, he looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. And everybody thinking about the possible field goal on fourth. It would be 58 yards from here. And again, it's Rodgers. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And this is caught. Touchdown, Packers. 4 touchdown passes now for Aaron Rodgers. And the Packers answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the fourth. Crosby with the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Taken at the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And now after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this fourth quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. Now a dump off here complete. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the fourth. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
Cook on the first down carry there as he works his way forward for a gain of about 4.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Off the play fake, Cousins. Looking deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. Throwing, Cousins. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. We've got a one-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. Desperation time. Cousins on fourth down. Able to find Thielen. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. A new lease on life after the fourth down conversion. Here's 1st and 10. Meanwhile, Cousins' throw taken in by Hockenson here.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end. A guy that you can line up anywhere. In the slot, out wide, in tight. Doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. Now Cousins. He'll find Thielen working the middle. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 28. Cook up the gut. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. The Vikings going to signal for their first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Here's Cousins. His throw's going to be incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play. One that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Cousins. And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. And the Packers have just about sewn up this football game. They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. Back to throw, Rodgers. Gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up. Now Rodgers. Throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Rodgers throwing here. Complete to Jones. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. To throw is Rodgers. And this will be caught. Well, forget taking the knee. Some late gamesmanship here. Home of the Super Bowl 52 champions, Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Green Bay Packers and the Philadelphia Eagles. The veteran kicker Mason Crosby set to do the honors here. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. First play, and Hurts looking to throw it. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. He's got him in, complete. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. So they will wave off the flag and let the completion stand.
Really great job by the receiver fighting through all the contact and still coming down with the football. All that great work in practice being put into the game.
Hurts throwing right away. Left side here to Sanders. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door, first and goal. They'll run with Sanders. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. The line of scrimmage, once again, the 5 as they get ready for second and goal. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Touchdown, Eagles. Jalen Hurts finding A.J. Brown. And the Eagles are on the board first here this afternoon. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Hurts will throw. Eluding the pressure right. And that is going to be caught. And it moves the lead to 8-0.
Interesting. I mean, they're putting their foot on the gas here early, going for 2 to go up 8-0.
Well, after that drive, you have to believe that they thought to themselves, if we can do that, what's another 2 yards? Let's go get those and get 2 points as a result.
So an onside kick fail in the first quarter. Not sure I completely see the logic there.
It's not apparent, is it? You almost have to go deeper, I think, and maybe if we try and work along with them and speculate a little bit here, they must feel like they need to steal possessions in this game, and maybe they don't match up possession for possession with the opposite team. They've got to steal it and try and gain an advantage, and they tried. They just didn't get it done.
To throw is Rodgers. This is caught. Touchdown. Robert Tonyan, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Packers have cut the lead back down to 2. They're going to run for it with Jones. And he'll get in to tie this game at 8. Well, it's definitely early enough here. They didn't need to go for 2. They didn't have to go for 2, but hey, they did. We're all tied at 8.
Is this one of those anything you can do, I can match?
Yeah.
Because that's exactly what we got on that one. Neither one of these teams wants to give any ground, do they?
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder into ball carrier, and down he goes.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. Dancing to his left. He's got a man complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. 36 yards on the play.
We see this happen so often. If you're a defender, it's like watching a bad movie over and over. The pressure is good, forcing the quarterback out of the pocket. But it's a lot to ask for these defenders to stay plastered to receivers long enough. And sure enough, they let a man come open, and the connection leads to a big play. We've already seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half, unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is, because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win every battle.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Hurts. Looking here for Smith downfield. This is caught inside the 15. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. And that looked almost to be a case of, quarterback saying, hey, I'm going to throw this as far as I can and hope you run under it. Mission accomplished. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Miles Sanders, 14 yards. And the Eagles have moved out in front. The call from Nick Sirianni. Let's go for 2 here, he says. They'll turn to Sanders. And he got it on the touchdown run, but he won't get in here. He'll be stopped short, and they'll come up empty on the try for 2. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Pulls it in at the 13. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. The offense running out, and they are charged up ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down. Throwing now is Rodgers. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Here's Rodgers to throw. Well, that'll be incomplete. He took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down.
Well, to me, there was no question about the intent there. And I think he was a little fortunate that the penalty flag didn't come out for grounding. But he'll get away with it and get another shot on third down.
Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't come out.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up fourth down.
They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. Then able to find Allen Lazard. Shoves him away. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So the drive stays alive after the fourth down conversion. 1st and 10 inside the 30. Now look out. Rodgers lost the football. Now a timeout called for by the defense. So as they take it over, we step aside. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. On second and a long way to go. Rodgers. That's complete right side to Lazard. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. Ninth play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. To throw, it's Rodgers. And he's got his big tight end here. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Rodgers going to go on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And the Eagles defense able to hold. They start on the ground here at Sanders. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. They'll go again with Sanders. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Throwing is Hurts. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. And that's complete to Sanders. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
To throw again on second down. Hurts. And his throw here's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. They're going on fourth down with Hurts. Escaping the pressure right. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tariq Carpenter. And the Packers are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on fourth down. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10. So after the INT, it's Rodgers. He finds Randall Cobb with a completion. And they're going to get this up to midfield. So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. From midfield, here's Rodgers. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And that is incomplete. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. Actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Rodgers again here on 2nd and 10. He's going to go up top again. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
He certainly had a good game throwing the ball so far, but I think he was trying to take that from good to great with that throw, trying to get one downfield.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
The offense schemed going 5 wide, trying to create a chance for the big shot, and they took it. If he comes down with that one, that's a huge offensive swing. But credit the defense with a nice play, knocking that one away.
Flush to his right. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. They exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And, Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision could get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball. And that one was picked off.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Hurts. He's going to take another shot here. He's got him in. Complete. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. So after the big play, look at this. All the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he let him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
On 2nd and 10, Hurts. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Smith. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room.
Okay, ready?
They'll throw now on the final play. And this is going to be intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Packers set to get the football first, and they are trailing on the scoreboard as we resume action, ready for the third quarter. Keyshawn Nixon now from his end zone. And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now. The goal is certainly to try and make a big play happen and climb back into this game, but you have to be careful. If you overdo it, you could turn it over and hurt your team.
Pass caught. It's Romeo Doubs. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. A throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. Rodgers to throw once more. Being chased out left. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable. And that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Open man, this is Lewis. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 24-yard line. Now Rodgers. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down. Rodgers now to throw. They're going for Lazard, but this is intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And the Eagles force the turnover. They'll take over at the 10. Hurts and the Eagles come up here first and 10 from back at their own 10-yard line. They'll start with a handoff to Sanders. And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll lose a yard there, and it's second and 11. Hurts. He's going deep for Brown. And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll be brought down at the 27. But sometimes you just got to marvel at how these guys can throw the football. He gave that everything he had, and it was right on the money.
And he made that look effortless, didn't he? I mean, he's had a great game throwing the football. This is going to add to his yardage total in a big way. It's one thing to be accurate on your short and intermediate throws, but when you're hitting the bombs like those, look out.
Now on second and 13. Hurts forced out to his left. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Hurts dangerous when he runs that football. He's got a first. He'll look to throw.
Flushed out right. That is caught at the 7-yard line. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll bring up second down. Hurts a handoff to Sanders. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a first and goal. They'll try to run with Sanders. And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Miles Sanders, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Eagles go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points. They'll turn to Sanders, and he is into the end zone again as he scores both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion to extend this lead. And this one's going to be covered up by the Packers hands team. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. 3 quarters in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They'll go again to Jones. Oh, he's got some breathing room. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones, 37 yards. And the Packers have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. On is Mason Crosby for the point after. And that'll cut the lead down now to a touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make second down pretty tough. Here's Hurts to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Smith. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. So 8 yards on the completion there. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. Hurts sets up to throw it. Eluding the pressure right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. They'll try and throw for it with Hurts. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football. It's such a costly interception. Nearly a pick 6, but now they're so close they are knocking on the door for a touchdown.
And I never want to get on any team for being aggressive because that's part of what their makeup is, and oftentimes it's successful. But in this case, you've got to be selective.
And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Aaron Jones with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Packers are an extra point away from tying this game here on the 4th. Oh, they pitch to the tight end. It's a fake. And this fake extra point attempt failed big time. Not only did they not get it, they went backwards. And that is one, no doubt, that may come back to haunt them because the PAT tied it. They didn't need to go for 2.
I keep searching for an explanation. I know it's quick right here. I think I can search for the next year and not come up with anything that absolutely works. Kick the point, man. Kick the point. I don't get it.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And with that last touchdown, I mean, we're set up for a good finish here. Some things to consider, Charles. Obviously, it's a very close game here in the fourth quarter. Defensively, they've got all 3 timeouts in their back pocket.
So the chess match really ramps up, doesn't it? Because in these situations, what do? Do you run the ball and kill the clock here? Or do you try and bury them with another score? And how about defensively? Do you use your timeouts as early as opportunity? Or wait till you hit the 2-minute warning?
He's got a man complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Up the middle they go with Sanders. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Play action. Here's Hurts. It's caught by Sanders. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Less than 2 minutes to play. Down to the wire we go in a 1-point game. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. They'll run with Sanders up the middle. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. An ideal down and distance to try to finish this thing off. 2nd and inches. Another run with Sanders. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It's 1st and goal and a late touchdown at this stage. Could officially salt this one away. Now it looks like he'll throw here. The Sanders has got it complete. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Now a carry for Sanders. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And the Packers are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. With the football changing hands here as this offense takes the field, Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
They're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
Yeah, he hadn't gotten far enough away from the pocket to throw that football away, and that draws the flag.
Yeah, the old tackle box, right? Get outside of each tackle, and then you can go ahead and throw it away, and you're in good shape. But if you're back there in the pocket, you got to make sure of what you're doing.
To throw is Rodgers. Watson making the catch. And he's going to step out of bounds all the way down on the other side of midfield. It's a big play there for Green Bay. 55 yards.
Well, they got the yardage they needed there. Picked up the 1st down, got out of bounds. How about the urgency that they have as well as they understand where they are on the field?
Back to throw, Rodgers. This one swung out here to Jones. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Rodgers to throw. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. A couple extra defensive backs out there in the dive, and because of that, really not many places to throw the football, if any.
And typically, what would you want to do against that dive?
Run the football.
You want to run the ball, but you can't do it in this situation. Not nearly enough time on the clock. You having to really navigate against a tough defense presented against you.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
And did he have enough? He did. He kept it online and managed to tuck it into the bottom right corner. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this second half. The first play of the drive there is incomplete. So after all of this, it comes down to one final play.
And just think of what it's going to be, because from this distance, you got to be prepared for everything. Hook and laterals, tip balls, you name it. A lot of laterals after a catch. Just got to be prepared, stay on your feet defensively, and tackle.
Oh, and Hurts is going to be hit and taken down to the ground. What a thrilling fourth quarter this one was. Well, at least I guess if you're cheering for the winning side, an outstanding comeback, though, that saw them completely take control and change the outcome of this game.
Yeah, I'm not sure how many of us saw that coming, the way that they were playing and having the lead after 3 quarters. A little bit of a stunning ending because it wasn't just a one-touchdown swing. It was a multiple touchdown swing for them to end up losing that ball game. Give credit where credit is due. They came off the pace and got it done.
Really, he was only ranked? No way. That motherfucker was too good. I'm finna join it. Give me a second. Yo, Mike, mute it.